It's time for high school basketball on your local sports leader, KJ Country 102.3. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Well, welcome back to J.H. Griffin Gymnasium, home of the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes, home of the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic. And for the last couple days, it's almost been the home of Matt Robinson and Dustin White.
Yeah, we spent a little bit of time here, haven't we? It's 'tis the season, right? The second day of the tournament is a busy one, and it's no different this year. We've had a lot of good action on the air so far.
Yes, we certainly have, and somehow, some way, Teutopolis and St. Anthony has managed to find each other in this tournament as they are on the consolation side of the tournament, both suffering first game losses. Then they both won contests, and now they're here trying to get into the consolation championship where they will run into either Antioch or Sacred Heart Griffin. The losers will play either Antioch or Sacred Heart Griffin. So we're trying to sort things out with this 4:30 contest.
Yeah, both of them came up on the short end of some pretty tough games on the opening night of the tournament. Close games, nip and tuck games where they just came up a little bit short. And then, earlier today, St. Anthony got into another dogfight with Mattoon, survived in overtime. T-Town, on the other hand, kind of had a walk in its first consolation game. So contrasting games in the second round of the tournament for them, but I don't expect this one to be a walk for whoever comes out on the winning end. You know,
relatively quick turnarounds really for both of these teams, but especially Teutopolis. But like you said, with the way that Teutopolis' game kind of worked, they exerted a lot of energy, don't get me wrong, but I don't know how much of a factor that's going to play when you've got two rivals squaring off like this.
I don't know either, but I will say that, yeah, T-Town, the stress involved in a close game was certainly not there for them with Lawrenceville. It was a running clock in the fourth quarter, and they also, they live here, so they didn't, St. Anthony at least had to take a bus back over to town to get their rest at home for a little bit. It's a 5 or 10 minute trip, but it's a trip nonetheless. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that it all pretty much evens out and shouldn't probably be a real deciding factor in the game tonight.
Well, I tell you what, we'll take a break and we'll come back with what we think could be some deciding factors in this contest. We'll catch you up on scores from this tournament as well that has been played throughout the day. And, of course, we'll get you set with the starting lineups and the tip here coming up quickly as it's Teutopolis and St. Anthony from the Effingham and Teutopolis Christmas Classic on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
We welcome you back to J.H. Griffin Gymnasium. Of course, the site of half of the tournament's first day and second day activities. The final day will all be over at Effingham, either in the main gym or in Gym B. That'll be tomorrow with play beginning at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And both the big gym and the auxiliary gym at Effingham. One of these two teams will be playing in that 10 o'clock contest in the main gym. It'll either be T-Town or St. Anthony, as the loser will play at 10. Both of these teams don't want that early wake-up call. They'd rather play at 4:30 in the consolation championship.
Yeah, it's obviously you're one to once you fall into the consolation side, you might as well win the consolation championship, right? And so there's some heavy motivation to come out of this and at least in the tournament on a win, and get a bunch of games in, and I think either one of these teams is capable of it based on what I have seen, and I think this is going to be a really big test for either one, and probably propel them, give them some good momentum into that consolation championship tomorrow.
One of these teams has the opportunity to finish this tournament still with a record of 3-1, and the other team could be 2-2, could be 1-3. It just depends on how things shape out. for the rest of this tournament. But again, all games tomorrow will be on KJ Country 102.3. And again, we'll have a game at 10 o'clock and a game at 4:30. We know those two for sure. We also know we'll have the championship game tomorrow night at 7:30 as we also live stream that contest. By the way, this game is being videoed, and CJ will have that up on our social media sites and those type of things as quickly as possible, within reason. CJ even says probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. So you can have that to look forward to as you can catch this again as it's being videoed with St. Anthony taking on T-Town here in this contest. But Dustin, let's go ahead and remind our listeners what we have seen, at least today, as far as this tournament has gone, with some scores throughout the day.
All right, well, let's just take this site in T-Town, J.H. Griffin Gym for starters. And action got started today with St. Anthony taking on Mattoon at 9:30 this morning. And St. Anthony was the 70-63 winner over the Green Wave. That took overtime to decide. And then that was followed up immediately by Teutopolis posting a 62-30 win over Lawrenceville. So that was a couple of consolation bracket games. And then over on the winner's side of things here in T-Town, at 12:30, Lincoln Way East defeated Pleasant Plains 49-38. So they punched their spot in the championship semifinal, and they're going to be playing Oak Lawn because Oak Lawn, the last game here before this one, defeated Chicago Brooks 61-46. So that's what has happened over here at J.H. Griffin. Meanwhile, over at Effingham High School, the day got started with Antioch posting a 44-43 win over Charleston, hitting a last-second shot to defeat the Trojans. And in the other consolation game over at EHS, it was Sacred Heart Griffin, the team that Effingham beat in overtime last night. They defeated Dixon by a score of 73-52. Then they moved to the winners bracket games at Effingham High School, and it was Champaign Centennial edging out Central A&M 46-40, and then Chicago Corliss just got done a little while ago defeating Effingham. That was a 55-34 final. So you got the championship semifinals tonight are going to be Lincoln Way East and Oak Lawn, and then Champaign Centennial and Chicago Corliss. Those are your final four. Meanwhile, Effingham goes down into the fifth place bracket where they're going to play Central A&M tonight at 6 o'clock. That's a pretty tough test, and you got to beat Central A&M in order a state-ranked Class 1A team in order to then play for fifth place. So the Hearts have their hands full, and then meanwhile you got St. Anthony and T-Town playing here tonight for a spot in the Consolation Championship game. Antioch and Sacred Heart Griffin are getting ready to play right now as well in the other consolation semifinal game.
Well, thank you very much for that rundown, Dustin. As like you said, Effingham has to beat Central A&M just to get to Chicago Brooks or Pleasant Plains. I mean,
and let me tell you something. That's going to be a tough game no matter what. We watched Brooks get a win over T-Town in a game that. You felt like T-Town had a lot of opportunities to win, but Brooks certainly showed a little something. Brooks got handled pretty well by Oak Lawn today, but they're no picnic to play.
No.
And Pleasant Plains is a really solid team, despite some of the losses that they've had due to injury and illness and what have you. They're a well-coached team. They play a very good team game, and I don't envy anybody who has to face off against them either.
Well, it's a fantastic tournament. Kudos to the tournament committee and to the programs that have signed up to participate in this tournament, as the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic is quickly becoming one of the best tournaments in the state of Illinois at Christmas time. Let's take a quick 60-second break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and get you set for action with St. Anthony and Teutopolis on KJ Country 102.3.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Well, pretty nice crowd for a 4:30 game on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
It's pretty much what you expected from St. Anthony. and Teutopolis. St. Anthony comes into this contest with a record of 11-1 under head coach Cody Rinker. Teutopolis is 8-2 as the Wooden Shoes are coached by Chester Reeder. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. Most of you fans from the area know these lineups. It's the familiar 5 for each club. As Aaron Webb, a 5'11 senior, wears number 1. He'll be joined by Logan Antrim, a 6-foot junior, wearing number 3 for St. Anthony. Jack Haney, a 6-foot senior, wears number 5. He'll be the third guard in the rotation. Caden Fearday, a 6'5 senior, plays the forward spot, number 25 for St. Anthony. And Jacob Dust, 6'7 senior, averaging 20.5 points in the tournament thus far. He wears number 55 for the Bulldogs. For the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes, they'll start Jordan Hardick, the 6'1 junior, wears number 2. He'll be joined by Evan Wormert, who had a big double-double today, 14 points and 13 rebounds. He handles the ball. He'll go inside a little bit, do a little bit of everything for the Shoes. Wormert, again, a 6'3 junior, number 14. Point guard Luke Ungren, a 5'10 senior, wearing number 32. Will be joined out there by Mitch Hardick, 6'3 senior, number 20. Hardick, a great defender and rebounder, scores you some points as well. He's wearing number 20 for Teutopolis. And Brock Daters will play the post. He's a 6'4 senior, wearing number 42 for the Wooden Shoes, who again are 8-2. And one of their losses came to this St. Anthony Ball Club at the St. Anthony Thanksgiving Tournament, a game that saw St. Anthony trail by as many as 17 in the third quarter and come back and beat the Wooden Shoes at the Enlow Center at the beginning of the season.
So that means that, so they've already played once. They're playing right now. There's a regular season game scheduled. So this, you're guaranteed that there's at least 3 matchups between them. Are they the same class this year or not?
No, St. Anthony is a 1A school this year. They've dropped back down after winning that state championship a few years ago. They are back to 1A. Teutopolis is a 2A school.
Gotcha.
So that's how things shape up for this contest, as the Wooden Shoes will be in their home white uniforms. That's actually opposite of what the program reads, but I'm pretty sure T-Town fans, St. Anthony fans, they're both pretty familiar with being the home team and the visitors here at J.H. Griffin Gymnasium. So Teutopolis will be in their home white with blue numbers trimmed in blue and gold. St. Anthony in their red uniforms on the road with white numbers trimmed in blue. So again, it'll be a fun matchup between these two rivals. Skip Dillon is going to be your lead official, as he has them at the center circle, as it'll be Brock Daters jumping it up against Jacob Dust. After a little chat from Mr. Dillon, the veteran official, gets a smile out of both of the boys, and here we go. Toss is in the air, won by St. Anthony, and we're underway as Dust knocked it into backcourt where it's grabbed by Antrim. He fires it to Fearday as they're across the timeline. T-Town in the man-to-man. Webb with it on the left wing, gets it over to Antrim right side. Antrim holds, looks over the defense, and calls out a different play. They go to Webb on the wing. Webb's double team between Wormert and Daters. But Webb got it to Dust, who drove the left baseline. He took an extra step as he saw a double team coming, and the turnover is the first of the ball game.
I don't know if he traveled or stepped on the baseline. I think he stepped on the baseline, but either way, a quick turnover, and then T-Town gives it right back. An errant pass as Ungren was trying to find Mitch Hardick. I don't know if Hardick was looking for it or what, but the pass sailed out of bounds on the sideline.
Well, Ungren certainly thought he was going to cut one way, and Hardick didn't. And like you say, the team's trade turnovers 30 seconds into the contest. Fearday hands it off to Haney for St. Anthony. Works the weave, gets to the left side, puts up a shot, contact, and a foul. And Jack Haney will head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Well, we saw Haney attack the basket a little bit in the earlier game today. He goes right at it this time, draws a foul. Evan Wormert picking up the first infraction of the game.
Free throw on the way for Haney is up and good. A lot of fouls were whistled in the St. Anthony game as they took on Mattoon, but there were a lot of fouls committed.
Yeah.
And T-Town didn't have that same type of flavor in their game, so how this game's officiated and how the teams adjust to it could be big. Haney's second free throw is off the mark. Rebound taken down by Hardick. Mitch got it ahead to Jordan Hardick for T-Town, who goes to Ungren, who has it swiped at and poked free by Antrim, but it goes into backcourt where Ungren's able to control it. He leaves it with Daters high post, who got it to Jordan Hardick, who was falling down, put up a shot to avoid a travel. What a rebound by Daters. He saves it in to Mitch Hardick. Now they get it to Jordan Hardick. Corner three, shot no good. But Brock Daters again grabs the offensive rebound, and this time he just puts it up and in on his own.
That'll work.
6:45 rather to play in the first quarter as T-Town's up 2-1. Antrim drives the baseline on the left side, sends it to Haney for a right corner three. It's short. Rebound, Fearday. He went up high for the board, comes down, gathers himself, and puts it up and in. And St. Anthony has the lead back 3-2.
Well, you can already sense a real energy to this game, Matt.
Wormert with it on the right wing. Finds Hardick. That's Jordan out top. Oh, nice move to get around one man. He leaves it with Wormert in the left side as they collapsed on him. St. Anthony in a zone this trip as they appear to be playing that 1-2-2 half-court trap. T-Town gets it in the middle to Mitch Hardick. Bangs the shot off the backboard, too strong from about 12 feet. Aaron Webb grabbed the rebound and hands it off to Antrim. Antrim behind the back dribble, takes it to the right side. Now sends it out top to Fearday. Fearday looking at Wormert, backs it out to the center circle. Now goes towards the left side. Now's picked up his dribble and sends it to the right wing to Antrim. He's on the dribble with the left hand, takes it to the left side, kicks it back out top to Webb. Webb crosses over, great pass inside to Dust, who sticks it up and in.
What a find.
5-2, St. Anthony has the three-point advantage here with 5:33 to play in the first. They're applying that 1-2-2 three-quarter court trap. T-Town beats it. They get it to Jordan Hardick on the left side. Drives in the lane. I think he wanted to dish it off to Daters, but St. Anthony knocks it down and comes out of there with it. Antrim pushes it up the left side. Leaves it with Webb. Right wing three off the heel of the rim, no good. Weak side rebound for Jack Haney, though. He moves into the lane, puts it off the glass, and it is good. Jack Haney with his third point, and it's a 5-point advantage for St. Anthony with 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. St. Anthony drops back in the three-quarter court trap. T-Town gets it across the timeline. They send it to Wormert, now to Ungren. Ungren in the corner to Mitch Hardick. Back out to Ungren on the left wing. Now in the middle of the lane, there's Wormert. Shot off the glass is good. Evan Wormert found the seam in the defense and scored.
This little mid-range jumper. He was right on, straight onto the basket, but still used the glass and banged it home.
I think that was to help get it over Dust, maybe, who was flashing at him. 7-4 the score. St. Anthony with the ball in the lead. Haney being hassled out there by Mitch Hardick. Still drives to the left side. Got around him on the baseline. Sends it to Fearday. Corner three on the way. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Ungren. T-Town was on the run earlier today. They tried to push it, but St. Anthony got back. Ungren sees nobody really picks him up at the top of the key. Loads up for three. Shot short. Rebound Haney ahead to Webb. Webb drives the left side. Shot off the glass. No good as Hardick got back to challenge. Rebound taken down by T-Town. Ungren gets it across the timeline and slows things down as he waits for help. St. Anthony's in the man-to-man this time. Hardick has it on the right wing. Goes out, Jordan Hardick tried to fire it to Mitch Hardick, and again, miscommunication leads to a turnover.
Yeah, Mitch had already decided he was going to cut toward the basket, and this pass went in behind him. T-Town's third turnover, and St. Anthony with the ball.
So Antrim brings it across the timeline, gets it on the right side to Haney. He's way out on the wing, now drives the baseline, draws a crowd, tried to get it back to Dust, and Wormert steps in front of the pass, knocks it away, gets the steal. Second St. Anthony turnover as Jordan Hardick has it, now to Mitch Hardick, out high. Mitch looks to Wormert on the left wing, couldn't handle the pass, and it's taken away eventually by St. Anthony's Aaron Webb on T-Town's fourth turnover already, just over 4 minutes into the game. Now Webb tries to rifle a pass to Dust. Wormert gets into the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds. St. Anthony's lucky that T-Town didn't get another steal.
Oh, Wormert got a hand on it. Brock Daters would have been in the path of that one. It really just wasn't there for Webb that time.
St. Anthony triggers the inbounds out top from the baseline. They get it to Webb. He hands it off to Dust. Dust dropped it initially, but gets it back, puts it up and in. And St. Anthony has a 5-point advantage again with 3:17 to play in the first quarter. T-Town takes a 30-second timeout. It's 9-4 in favor of St. Anthony over T-Town at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic on KJ Country 102.3.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
3:17 to play in the first quarter. 9-4 the advantage for the St. Anthony Bulldogs. as T-Town called the quick timeout. See what kind of adjustments they make. St. Anthony in the 1-2-2 three-quarter court trap. T-Town seesawing it back and forth between Jordan Hardick and Ungren. They get it across the timeline. Hardick in the corner to Mitch Hardick. Now out top to Ungren, over to Wormert right side. Back out to Ungren, to Jordan Hardick on the left wing. Back to Ungren. Ungren hands it off to Wormert. Wormert back to Hardick. And left corner they go to Mitch Hardick. Posting up inside, Brock Daters. Sends it to Wormert to Ungren. Fakes a three, steps inside the arc for a two, and Luke buries it.
Yeah, good shot fake, got the defender off his feet, then stepped in just a step and a half inside the arc for that two-point jump shot.
Antrim runs it up court, behind the back dribble. A runner in the lane with the left hand, no good. Rebound fought for, and finally Antrim claims it. Got it to Haney. Haney drives, shot is missed. Dust a rebound, and Dust is fouled. .227 to play in the first quarter. T-Town will make the first substitutions of the ball game as Brock Daters checks out, as does Jordan Hardick. In for T-Town is Evan Addis and Matthew Daters. Inbounds goes to Webb. Shot off the glass from 5, too strong. Rebound to Evan Addis. He clears it ahead to Wormer. Back to Addis. Top of the key. Drives into the lane. Little floater, too strong. Rebound, Matthew Daters and Fearday both going after it. And Daters touched it last. It'll belong to St. Anthony. Jack Elder comes into the ball game for St. Anthony, replacing Caden Fearday, and Elder was a big factor in the victory earlier today.
Yeah, especially in the fourth quarter. He made 3 shots in the fourth quarter. As you see, St. Anthony turn it over, trying to inbound it on the far baseline.
That pass was batted right back at Elder. It hit him in the shoulder while he was out of bounds. So 3 turnovers for the Bulldogs as T-Town will now inbound under their basket. But they have to send it all the way out to Wormert. Wormert to Mitch Hardick, now to Addis. Addis inside to Daters. Matthew double team, back to Addis. Corner 3, got it. Evan Addis is not shy about pulling the trigger on that 3 when he comes off the bench. He has Teutopolis tied up with St. Anthony, 9 apiece.
He especially likes it from the corner right there.
Antrim drives into the lane. Might have skidded the foot a little bit, but he safely got it to a teammate. That's Connor Walk that's in the contest.
Far side of the gym does not agree with you on that one.
Elder with it. Top of the key. Stops, pops now at the free throw line. Shot a little strong. Elder tries to get it back and goes over the back of Wormert and commits the foul.
Yeah, he just didn't have the position. Wormert was inside him, and he went over the back to try and get a hand on that ball. So the foul goes against Elder, his first, and the team first for St. Anthony.
St. Anthony playing the half-court trap as T-Town got it across the timeline. Dangerous cross-court pass, but they were able to control it. They work it around the perimeter to Addis in the corner. 3 is short. Rebound Mitch Hardick to Addis again. Left corner 3 is long. Rebound to Dust. Well, that second one I thought looked good, but it hit off the back of the rim, and Dust grabbed the rebound, got it to Haney. No one gets in front of Haney. He takes it all the way to the basket, sticks it up and in.
A little crossover in the lane there, and he goes left side, gets St. Anthony back in the lead.
T-Town, though, hustles it up court. They get it to Addis, who was behind everybody, and got his way to the basket and laid it up and in.
They did that to Lawrenceville a lot in the early game today. Ran the floor well and got some easy looks in transition.
11-11 with 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Haney's directing traffic out top against the Teutopolis man-to-man. Haney working on Mitch Hardick. Now crosses over, goes to the right side. Tried to throw it inside to Dust. Hardick knocked it out of bounds. And in my mind, it might have been a good thing for St. Anthony because I don't know where that pass was going, even if he got it around Hardick.
Yeah, he was pretty well covered by Hardick. Couldn't get the pass around him, and you're right. I think he's going to be throwing it in no man's land anyway, so probably just as well for St. Anthony to be able to inbound on the baseline here under their own basket.
37.8 seconds on the clock. Wormert's going to catch a breather as Max Nieberge's in to replace him. Haney looking to trigger the inbound. Still looking, finds Dust right in front of him. Dust turns, looks for Webb. Webb in the lane, shuffles it to Elder. Elder's open for a shot off the glass, and it's good. Unselfish play there from the Bulldogs gives them the lead, 13-11.
Yeah, Webb's got 3 assists in this first quarter. He hasn't scored, but he has led to some baskets.
20 seconds to play in the period. T-Town works it across the timeline. St. Anthony drops into his zone defensively. Addis drives the baseline, looks to Max Nieberge. He's trapped in the corner. Webb's there hassling him, got a little close. With 10 seconds left, Webb's going to be called for the reach.
Yeah, they had him trapped, no reason to reach there. He was in a tough spot, time running down. You start to panic a little bit when you're in the closing seconds, and instead the foul goes against Webb, his first, St. Anthony's second, and T-Town with 10 seconds are going to be able to run a play of some kind on the sideline.
Jordan Hardick in, and Evan Wormert back in as well, as Mitch Hardick and Max Nieberge sit. 10 seconds on the clock. Inbounds lobbed out top to Ungren. To Wormert now, right wing, back to Ungren. 5 seconds on the clock. Here comes the screen. Ungren takes it to the left side. Baseline jumper from 12, fading away, no good. And the first period comes to a close. After one, it's St. Anthony leading 13-11. You're listening to high school basketball on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Once our game wraps up, you'll be able to catch the Effingham Hearts as they'll be in action taking on Champaign Centennial. I'm sorry, I wrote that down wrong. They're going to take on Central A&M. And that will be a 6 o'clock start over at Effingham High School. And you can catch it on 97.9 XFM. T-Town has the ball to start the second quarter of action. Max Nieberge got it safely to Jordan Hardick. Now to Addis, back to Hardick, drives the right side, runner off the glass, drops in. Hardick has his first 2 points of the contest, and we're tied again at 13.
Tough look in traffic off the right glass there.
Pushing it up court is St. Anthony. T-Town back defensively. As out top with it is Kenan Walsh starting the second quarter. He hands it off to Fearday to Webb. Webb looks it over, gets into the lane on the left side, dumps it underneath to Craig Croy, and Croy sticks it up and in. His first 2 points of the ball game, as he also got the start here in the second quarter.
And another assist for Webb. He has assisted on 4 of St. Anthony's 7 field goals in this game.
T-Town solves the pressure. They get it up court and bounce it at the free throw line to Wormert. Out to Addis. Right wing three is short. Rebound though, Wormert sticks it up off the glass, no good. Wormert battling for the board. Now it's loose on the floor, and we're going to end up in a jump with 3 players on the floor and 3 players hovering over them. And the possession arrow favors St. Anthony.
It's Caden Fearday who got in there and got on the basketball, and the tie-up does give the Bulldogs the ball with the chance to add to their lead. They're up by 2, but I don't know. What's the biggest lead in the game so far? 5?
St. Anthony's led by as many as 5. T-Town led 2-1, and they haven't led since. Been tied a time or 2 since. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Kenan Walsh working towards the timeline, and he's held there by Jordan Hardick. Pretty easy call on that one for the officials, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that was just a little bit too much for Hardick. You got to be aggressive, and you can get in their face and even make a little contact, but he was all over him like a cheap suit there, and so he picks up his first foul. That is the 3rd team foul for the Shoes.
They'll get him out of there as Luke Ungren returns to the lineup for the Shoes. He's out there with Max Nieberge, Evan Wormert, Lucas Daters, and Mitch Hardick.
That's his 2nd foul, actually. They hadn't gotten it on the board yet, but that's 2 for Jordan Hardick.
Said Lucas, it's Brock Daters. Meanwhile, Walsh open for a 3 on the wing, fires, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds by Mitch Hardick.
St. Anthony will get to hang on to it here, get another crack at this under their own basket, and Walsh going to trigger the inbound there.
Kennan, 6-foot junior, looking to get it in, still looking, finds Antrim towards the center circle. He takes the catch and looks at T-Town's 2-3 zone. St. Anthony gets it in the lane to Croy. He works for a shot. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Walsh tried to get the rebound after Wormert had position and grabbed the ball, and Walsh is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, Wormert had that one pretty well secured already. Just a beat late was Walsh coming in to try and challenge for it. So he's going to get his first foul. That's 3 for the Bulldogs.
After getting a quick breather, Jacob Dust and Jack Haney return to the St. Anthony lineup. So the starting 5 is out there for the Bulldogs. Pretty close to the same for Teutopolis with one adjustment of Max Nieberge, who has the ball now on the baseline. He sends it out to Wormert to Mitch Hardick. Mitch Hardick shuffles it back to Nieberge, left side. Leaves it with Wormert. Right wing 3, or left wing 3 rather, is good. Warmer connects. He has 5, and T-Town has the lead back 16-15. Webb with it up court. Back to Antrim. Back to Webb in the left corner. He gets it back out to Antrim. Again, a 2-3 zone from Teutopolis. T-Town sees Haney in the middle. Oh, a great pass and a great catch as Haney turned and rifled it down to Dust. And Dust was able to grab it, hang on, and stick it up and in.
Yeah, Dust has scored 3 buckets in this game so far, and he's been the beneficiary of 2 good passes from Aaron Webb and now a good one from Haney.
T-Town pushes it up to Max Niebrigi. Corner 3, no good. Rebound to Dust for St. Anthony. They're going to look to add to their 1-point advantage again. Antrim gets a screen out top from Webb. Takes it across the top of the key over to the left wing. Needs some help now as he's picked up his dribble, but he got it back out top to Webb. To Haney right side. Haney rifles a pass to Antrim. Corner 3 from the left side. Good. Logan Antrim got his feet set and pulled the trigger and buried it. And now St. Anthony's up 4, 20-16. T-Town working it up court. They cross the timeline with a pass to Niebrigi on the left wing. Skips it over to Ungren. Ungren skips it right back to Mitch Hardick. Now again to Niebrigi in the left corner. Sees the double team. Oh, what a great pass as he left it with Brock Daters. I don't know how he got that ball through there, but Daters laid it up and in. Quickly, St. Anthony up court to Aaron Webb. 3 from the wing, no good. Rebound, Brock Daters, and here come the Shoes looking to tie or take the lead. They get it to Wormert left side. Back out to Hardick. Skips it to Niebrigi. Max looks it over from the right wing. Goes top of the key to Brock Daters. He's working on Dust. Little up and under move. Shot off the glass is good. Brock Daters with 6, ties it at 20.
That's a strong move and managed to maintain his pivot foot, put up the fake, and then went up anyway.
Antrim spins in the lane, out of control. Bodies hit the deck, shots no good. Rebound to Wormert. Wormert top of the key to Niebrigi. St. Anthony back defensively, so T-Town backs it out and sets the offense. Now Niebrigi gets a step on his man, drives into the lane, and he'll kick it out to Ungren. Ungren back to Niebrigi. Right wing, holds high, now leaves it with Daters, who's popped out on the wing. Brock puts it on the floor, matched up with Dust, and St. Anthony's man-to-man. There's a backdoor cut, and it's Ungren. Pass to him, shot up is blocked out of bounds. Fearday and Antrim combined to knock it away, but it'll be T-Town ball under their basket.
I think Fearday got the biggest piece of that one, knocked it out of bounds.
Evan Addis checks back into the ball game, replacing Max Niebrigi. Here's a little inbound flip in the lane to Wormert. Wormert catches, muscles up, and scores. So T-Town's up 22-20. That's their largest lead of the day. 3:33 to play in the second quarter as Antrim's dribbling out top. In the center circle, he leaves it with Fearday. Fearday looks baseline to Dust. Dust spins, reverse layup. He flipped it up and in. What a move by Jacob Dust.
That was good.
He didn't use the glass because he didn't have an angle to use the glass. He was that far under the basket. Ungren catches the pass that skipped across, and he tries to skip it back to Addis. Addis saves it in bounds, but it goes to Webb. St. Anthony pushes it up court. Webb stops, shuffles it back to Dust, and Dust lays it up and in.
Yeah, the big man running the floor, trailing the play. Webb leaves it back for him. 5th assist for Aaron, and now Dust with 10 points.
So as T-Town took a 2-point edge, St. Anthony comes back to take a 2-point lead. T-Town pushes it up court. Ungren gets it to Brock Daters. He's fouled. Shot drops through, and Daters will have a chance to give T-Town the lead back at the Charity Stripe.
Yeah, big answer there. Daters 4 for 4 from the field now, and a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. The foul goes against Caden Fearday, his first, 4th for the Bulldogs.
24-24 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Fearday checks out as Elders in for St. Anthony. Free throw on the way for Brock Daters, off the back of the rim, no good. Dust and Haney go up for the rebound. Dust says, it's my job to rebound. I'll hand it to you, and you can bring it up court. Haney hands it off to Antrim. Antrim at the center circle, leaves it back with Haney again. They're way out top, now to Webb to Elder on the left wing. Elder looks. Now Webb cuts towards the basket, gets into a crowd. Ball knocked loose, and T-Town does take it away. Wormert's outlet pass, though, is picked up by Antrim. He gets the steal, drives for the layup, shot no good. Wormert had the rebound. Antrim strips him of the ball and eventually sticks it up and in. Now here comes T-Town rushing it up court to Evan Addis. St. Anthony back defensively. They knock the ball loose from Addis as he tries to drive the left baseline, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay with T-Town.
Yeah, Coach Reeder over on the T-Town sideline not real happy with that strip. He felt like Addis got his hand on more than just the basketball, and he's still letting the officiating crew know about it.
2:07 to play in the quarter. St. Anthony leads 26-24. Inbounds lob to Wormert on the wing. He makes the catch in a crowd. Somehow got it to Mitch Hardick. Now to Matthew Daters, who's posting up. He hooks a shot up over Dust. It's off the mark, and St. Anthony grabs the rebound.
Yeah, that's a tough look there as Dust was in good position defensively.
Antrim tries to knock a ball loose. They do get it inside to Dust. No, they don't. Ball knocked away, and T-Town comes out of there with it on the second turnover for St. Anthony. Minute 40 to play in the first half as Antrim is hounding Ungren out top. Ungren recovers, drives the lane, and Antrim just takes the ball from him. Third turnover for T-Town. Here comes Antrim up the court. Nobody in front of him. Drives to the basket. Layup's no good. Matthew Daters with the rebound as he challenges the shot and gets it out of trouble. T-Town pushes it up to Addis. Wing three, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Dust. And it'll be T-Town ball under the basket.
Well, and a chance for everyone to catch their breath. Some real up and down action to this game. Not a lot of made buckets in that particular sequence, but a lot of running up and down.
And you got to give credit for teams just simply hustling to get back and challenge shots. Matthew Daters will check out as Brock Daters is back in for T-Town. As the lob goes to Wormert again in the lane, draws a crowd, puts up a shot, it's no good, but he's fouled, and Wormert will go to the stripe again.
Boy, athletic move for Wormert just to go up and get that pass. I mean, the inbounder basically trusting that he was going to sky over Jacob Dust's outstretched arms to get it, and he gets it in traffic, draws the foul on Dust, and gets himself a trip to the line.
Free throw for Wormert is on the way, and it rims out, no good. So the score remains 26-24, St. Anthony with the lead. And now we see Matthew Daters back into the ball game for Brock Daters. So the Daters keep shuffling here at dead ball opportunities. Max Nieberge's going to come in if this free throw is made, and it is by Wormert. He has 8 now in the ball game, matching Brock Daters' 8 points. And Evan Addis will now sit for T-Town, replaced by Max Nieberge. Minute 16 on the clock. Elder looking to get the ball inbounds. He finds Haney in the corner. Haney's going to bring it up one-on-one against Mitch Hardick as T-Town's in the man-to-man. Haney drives into the lane, lost the handle. It's picked up by T-Town. Matthew Daters on the floor. Outlet to Wormert. Got it ahead to Max Nieberge. His shot is challenged, no good. Mitch Hardick grabs the rebound, and he's fouled by one of the St. Anthony players underneath. It's either Webb or Dust.
Waiting to see. They're going to give it to Webb. That's his second. 5 against the Bulldogs. 6, rather.
Max Nieberge out, Jordan Hardick in. Wormert now steps around his man. They had been lobbing it to him. He kind of faked like he was looking up, stepped around his man, but the inbounds pass was batted down by Antrim. So T-Town will try to do it again. This time, Ungren gets it to Daters. He curled off a screen, makes the catch, and sticks it up and in.
Yeah, nice little set play for T-Town there, and they retake the lead.
They're up 27-26 with 50 seconds to play in the half. Running it up court is Walsh. He got a little out of control. Shot no good. His body's hit the floor, and T-Town grabs the rebound. Ungren pushes it up the middle of the court to Mitch Hardick. Back to Ungren. Ungren out top. Jordan Hardick open for a top of the key 3 off the side of the rim. No good. But Mitch Hardick grabs the rebound and just runs over Haney as Haney had established position, and he takes the charge.
So the 4th turnover for T-Town on that charging call right there. Obviously the foul goes to Hardick. His first, only 4 for the Shoes.
Coach Reeder continues to make offensive and defensive switches there.
Yeah, he's
bringing in Max Nieberge to play defense, and this time sitting out Jordan Hardick.
Got that shuttle working over there for the last bit of this quarter.
Inbounds goes to Haney, and he'll bring it up court himself. 28 seconds on the clock. The double team flashes at him as he gets to that coffin corner, and Haney and Coach Rinker both take the timeout. With 24.1 seconds left, Haney was trapped in that coffin corner across the timeline, and it's 27-26. T-Town leading St. Anthony, and we'll be back in 30 seconds on KJ Country 102.3.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
24.1 seconds left. My feeling is there's going to be a lot that goes on in this 24 seconds if things hold to the pattern.
Well, wouldn't be any different than any other 24-second stretch in this first half. It's been a lot of action, a lot of up and down the court, and these teams are going at it hard.
T-Town playing a zone this time. Antrim takes it to the corner, and he's trapped over there by Ungren. Got it to Fearday at the timeline. He tries to get it back to Antrim. They somehow stay in bounds. Now Antrim splits the double team, puts up a runner in the lane, and got it to go. Antrim with 7. T-Town, though, trying to bring it up court, and they have to stop play because we've got an injured Wooden Shoe on the ground.
Yeah, and that's Brock Daters. He stood in there trying to take a charge as when Antrim went to the basket. He definitely collided with Daters. Daters went down to the floor, and he's holding his head whenever he got up. Yeah,
he says, I'm all right, as Chester Reeder and Susie Parks were quickly out on the court to check on him. He is going to have to check out because they stopped play for him. But it's good to see that he says he's all right, and Susie Parks, the athletic trainer here at Teutopolis, agrees.
Well, and if he's grabbing his head, you got to get him out anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just for your own conscience sake. But yeah.
And he's sitting on the bench and looks like he'll be good to go. T-Town will have it to bring the length of the court. 4.8 on the clock. The inbounds goes to Ungren. He gets to the timeline, gets to about the three-point arc, loads up a shot for 3 that's short at the buzzer, and an entertaining, exciting first half of action comes to a close. St. Anthony has the slimmest of leads, 28-27, here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, as the Shoes and the Bulldogs are hooked up in another classic here on KJ Country 102.3.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
This is the Compass Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Well, pretty appropriate. The Teutopolis dance team is entertaining the crowd with a Christmas routine here at the half of this exciting 28-27 ball game. St. Anthony has the 1-point advantage over Teutopolis here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic. This is a consolation game. The winner will move into the consolation championship against either Sacred Heart Griffin or Antioch. The loser will play Sacred Heart Griffin or Antioch loser at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in the 11th and 12th place contest. Here again, the score is 28-27. St. Anthony with the 1-point edge. St. Anthony had quarters of 13 and 15 for their 28. Teutopolis with quarters of 11 and 16 for their total of 27. Jacob Dust, the only player in double figures so far with 10 points. Logan Antrim has 7, all of them in the second quarter. Jack Haney with 5 first quarter points. 2 points apiece for Caden Fearday, Jack Elder, and Craig Croy. Connor Walk has also played, as has Eli Moore and Kenan Walsh for St. Anthony. For Teutopolis, 8 points apiece for Evan Wormert and Brock Daters. 5 points from Evan Addis. 2 points each for Jordan Hardick, Luke Ungren, and Matthew Daters. So that's where we stand here at the half. 28-27, St. Anthony with the 1-point lead. We'll send it back to the studios and come back with Dustin stats, and we'll check some scores from around the area as well. All on a busy halftime show here on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
All right, back at J.H. Griffin Gym here at Teutopolis High School. It is T-Town trailing St. Anthony. St. Anthony has a 28-27 lead over T-Town in this consolation semifinal of the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic. Why don't we take a look at some statistics from that first half? St. Anthony 46.4% shooting in the first half, 13 out of 28 from the field. Bulldogs just shot 2 free throws. Neither team shot many free throws. Bulldogs 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and 1 out of 6, 16.7% from three-point range. For Teutopolis, 37.9% shooting from the field in that first half. Wooden Shoes hit 11 out of 29. T-Town 1 for 3 from the free throw line, and 2 out of 11, 18.2% from the three-point arc. Rebounding edge goes to T-Town, 17-14 after the first half of play, and the turnover story sees Teutopolis with 8 turnovers to St. Anthony's 6. Looking at the individual numbers for the Bulldogs, leading the way is Jacob Dust, 10 points on perfect 5 for 5 shooting in that first half. He also leads his team with 4 rebounds as we hit the halftime break. Logan Antrim, 7 points. He was 3 for 7 from the field, including knocking down the only three-pointer he took in that first half of action, a couple of rebounds as well. And then 5 points for Jack Haney. He is 2 for 4 from the field, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 2 assists for Jack. You got 2 points for Caden Fearday. He was 1 for 2 from the field, had a couple of rebounds. Jack Elder also 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting, and Craig Croy also 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting. Aaron Webb hasn't scored. He's 0 for 4 from the field, but he's got a rebound, and he has dished out 5 assists. So of St. Anthony's 13 buckets in the first half, Aaron Webb assisted on 5 of them. And then you had Kenan Walsh also in that first half. He was 0 for 2 from the field. He is yet to score. As far as T-Town goes, 8 points is leading the way for Evan Wormert and Brock Daters. They each have tallied 8. Wormert 3 for 4 from the field, 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He leads his team with 5 rebounds. In fact, he leads all players with 5 rebounds. Remember, he had 13 in T-Town's game earlier today over the win over Lawrenceville. Brock Daters also 8 points. He was 4 for 4 from the field. He did have a free throw that he missed. He was 0 for 1 there trying to complete a 3-point play. And then he had 3 rebounds as well. 5 points for Evan Addis on 2 of 7 shooting. He was 1 for 5 from 3-point range, had a rebound in the first half of play. Jordan Hardick 2 points on 1 for 4 shooting. Matthew Daters 2 points. He was 1 for 2 from the field. Mitch Hardick 0 for 1 and Max Nieberge 0 for 2. They are both yet to score. Mitch Hardick did have 4 rebounds in the first half. And again, the score at halftime, it is St. Anthony 28, Teutopolis 27 in this consolation semifinal. Matt?
Thank you very much, Dustin. Let's go ahead and check back at the studios from some scores from around the area.
All right, guys. Yeah, we do have several scores. Many of those are from the Effingham location of the Christmas Classic. Starting with this morning's games, St. Anthony that's at Teutopolis. Starting with the Effingham games, Antioch defeated Charleston 44-43. Then Springfield SHG over Dixon 73-52. Champaign Centennial defeated the A&M team from Assumption and Moweaqua 46-40. Then Chicago Corliss over Effingham 55-34. Right now at the half, Antioch leads Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin 27-18. And at the Teutopolis games earlier, St. Anthony over Mattoon in overtime 70-63. It was T-Town over Lawrenceville then 62-30. Lincoln Way East defeated Pleasant Plains 49-38, and Oaklawn over Chicago Brooks 61-46. And also back at that Effingham, the auxiliary gym, they've got a kind of another bracket there where Mattoon is playing Lawrenceville. At the half, Mattoon leads Lawrenceville 46-39. Just a couple of other boys' scores from various tournaments around the area. At Diederich, Arcola has defeated Oblong 64-30, and Sullivan in overtime defeated Red Hill 50-44. At the Vandalia tournament, Flora over Okaw Valley 56-47. It was South Central defeating Shelbyville 51-48. And just one other boys score at Monticello. Ridgeview defeats Neoga 62-33. And I hear the buzzer, but I'm just going to give you a couple quick girls scores because there's a lot of local teams in the Mattoon and Charleston tournaments. Very quickly, St. Anthony fell to Galesburg at Mattoon. Galesburg, your winner, 57-21. Then Olney defeated Altamont 58-54. At Charleston, Paris, your winner over Sacred Heart Griffin, 61-55 in double overtime. That's your scores.
Thank you very much, Brian. We appreciate those updates from around the area. And, boy, that loss for Altamont. First loss of the season, but Olney's a pretty good ball club, too.
Well, apparently. You have to be. From what I've seen out of Altamont, it would take a good team to knock them off. So it's a lesson learned, I'm sure, for the Lady Indians.
28-27 here. It's Teutopolis ball. They trail by 1 to start this third quarter. Inbounds goes in backcourt to Ungren. Luke brings it up court to Wormert. Wormert tried to catch it with one hand, and then he looked away, and the ball popped off his hand out of bounds for an unforced turnover to give St. Anthony the possession.
Might have got a little nonchalant there along the sideline, and so T-Town gives away their opening possession of the half and possibly a chance to take the lead. But I think there's going to be a few more opportunities here before it's all said and done.
Haney curls off a screen, looks for Webb on the left side, drives the baseline, looks out for the cutter. That's Fearday. Knifes into the basket, shot too hard off the glass, but Dust is there to clean it up as he'll stick it up and in with his 12th point of the ball game.
Yeah, he still hasn't missed a shot. He's 6 of 6 from the field, and that's because he's been set up for a lot of bunnies between good feeds from his teammates and also some offensive rebounds.
St. Anthony up by 3. They're in a zone here in the half court. T-Town works it to Ungren. Ungren draws a crowd underneath, now shuffles it over to Brock Daters. He'll stick it up and in. Daters in double figures with 10, and we're back to a 1-point affair.
A little bit of jostling for the ball there as Ungren almost got a steal on the inbound, but stepped on the baseline trying to throw it back in off of Antrim. So got interesting down there. St. Anthony maintains possession.
Now Antrim does get the inbounds, blasts it up court, finds Dust, who works towards the hoop. Shot up no good, but he's fouled, and big Jacob Dust will head to the free throw line for a couple.
And Dust he's got a look of determination on his face right there as he posted up Brock Daters there. Daters whistled for his first foul and the first team foul for the Wooden Shoes in the half.
Dust spins the ball in his hand, spins it up towards the hoop, and sinks the free throw. He has 13, and to say that he's been an efficient 13 points is an understatement.
Yeah, he hasn't missed any shot that he's taken, be it a field goal attempt or a free throw.
Next free throw's on the way, and it's good as well. Give him 14 now in the contest.
And we didn't even jinx it.
No, it's amazing. A minute into the third quarter, St. Anthony back up 3, 32-29. Wormert and Jordan Hardick play catch in backcourt. They get it ahead to Mitch Hardick. Mitch sends it to Wormert. Wing 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Fearday hustles after the rebound for St. Anthony. Gets it to Antrim. Fires it up to Haney. Great catch down in the right corner. Gets it back out to Antrim on the left wing. He fires a 3, no good. Rebound Jordan Hardick. He'll bring it up court himself. Takes it to the top of the key. Now hands it off to Daters. Brock is feeling good. He loads up for a 3. It's no good, but Wormert grabs the long rebound. He gets it back out to Ungren, to Hardick, to Ungren again. He's at the center circle. Finds Wormert on the right wing. Evan hustles a pass over to Mitch Hardick. Skip pass back to Wormert on the right side. He goes to the right baseline, stops, pops, a little jumper, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds, last touched by Brock Daters as he and Dust were both going after that board.
Well, I thought that Wormert was going to knock down that little fall-away pull-up jumper there on the baseline, and it was in and out, but then the rebound goes off the T-Town hands, and St. Anthony gets it.
2 minutes gone in the third quarter. T-Town double teams as Antrim gets it to the timeline, but he finds Webb in the corner, who gets it to Fearday. Little runner in the lane, no good from 10, and the rebound's taken down by Ungren. He goes to Jordan Hardick, ahead to Daters. Daters making a move to the hoop, sweeps in, shot no good, and he fouls as Dust had position for the board, and Daters just couldn't let it go.
It was a good move from Daters to get to the basket, and he misses one that he probably should have made, and then maybe out of frustration, he fouls Dust, who had clearly grabbed the rebound. Just a tough sequence for Brock.
Again, St. Anthony with a chance to add to their lead. Antrim, a couple behind the back dribbles, gets into the lane, and he just absolutely gets into the air and runs over Brock Daters, who was standing there forever and took the charge.
Well, I thought it was a good feed till I realized that he was running Brock Daters over, so Daters stands his ground, takes the charge. That's the first foul against Antrim and St. Anthony's first turnover of the half.
T-Town, one long pass up court to Mitch Hardick, back to Ungren. Ungren at the timeline, now to Hardick again in the right baseline. He goes around Dust, leans in, left-handed shot off the glass. It's good. Mitch Hardick's first 2 points makes it a 1-point game again, 32-31. St. Anthony with the ball in the lead with 5:12 to play in the third quarter. Fearday out top with it, works to the free throw line, looks to Haney in the right corner. Haney goes into the posting Dust. Dust turns and is fouled as Ungren came from the weak side, and I bet he's called for the personal.
And by the time Dust was going up to the basket, every white jersey was surrounding him. All 5 T-Town players were in his orbit. It was actually, it was, who was the foul against? It was Ungren, yes.
Dust free throw rattles home. He has 15 in the ball game and extends St. Anthony's lead back to 2.
He's had games of 19 and 22 so far in this tournament, and he's sitting at 15 with still more than a quarter and a half to play.
Yep, this free throw up off the heel of the rim, no good. St. Anthony sends Elder into the ball game. He replaces Fearday for the Bulldogs. T-Town grabbed the long rebound. Jordan Hardick with it across the timeline. Gets it to Wormert left side. Wormert hands it off to Ungren. Top of the key, 3, good. T-Town has the lead back as Ungren connects from long range. Luke with 5, and it's 34-33 now in favor of the Shoes. Haney's going to bring it up court himself. Mitch Hardick right there with him. Jack gets it across the timeline at the center circle. Takes it over to the right wing. Goes all the way down to the baseline. Kicks it out to Elder. Elder at the free throw line called for steps as apparently he switched the pivot feet as he was making his move into the lane.
The thing is that I'm not sure there's anyone in the neighborhood that he was really even faking out there. Just go straight to the basket in that situation if you're Jack.
4.5 to play in the third quarter. T-Town now looking to add to their 1-point advantage. They've led by as many as 2. St. Anthony's led by as many as 5 in the first half. T-Town with Hardick. That's Jordan to Evan Wormert to Ungren. Now a left corner 3, or a wing 3 rather, and he hits again. So 2 threes in a row for Luke Ungren. He has 8, and T-Town's up all of a sudden by 4, 37-33.
Yeah, that Wormert-Ungren connection out there has all of a sudden swung the game a little bit.
T-Town plays the man-to-man defense. St. Anthony gets it baseline to Dust. Jumper from 15, no good. Mitch Hardick will rebound. Gets it to Ungren. Ungren goes up the lane, or up the court into the lane, and he runs into Dust. Dust stumbles backwards into the wall, but he says he's okay as a St. Anthony player and a T-Town player help him up. But it's going to be a foul whistled against T-Town, or I'm sorry, against St. Anthony.
That's Logan Antrim picking up his second.
Looks like we've got a St. Anthony timeout taken with 3:50 to play in the third quarter. It's a 30-second break. It's T-Town 37, St. Anthony 33. High school basketball on KJ Country 102.3.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
T-Town to inbounds from under their basket as Ungren will have the honors. Wormert again in the middle of the lane. They've worked the lob to him a couple times there. Now they're going to do something different. They get it to Wormert in the corner. Thought about a 3, doesn't pull the trigger. Now drives into the lane, puts up a little runner, and it's good.
Well, they tried to find Matthew Daters on that little curling back cut play that they had work on a baseline inbounds earlier in the game. That wasn't there, so they just get it to Wormert, and he puts a little move on and gets the shot to go.
T-Town up 6, largest lead for either team now in this ball game, 39-33. Antrim across the timeline on the left wing, hands it to Webb. Webb curls into the lane, puts up a runner, left it short. Rebound, Dust and Daters going after it, and Dust is called for going over the back. Dust actually had inside position in a sense, but the ball hit the front of the rim and came out long. and that caused him to go over the back of Matthew Daters.
Yeah, the long carom sort of messed up Dust, and that was his second foul. 3 team fouls for each of these clubs.
Daters comes up court to catch a pass to relieve his teammates as they were trying to get the ball inbounds. He hands it back to Jordan Hardick. Hardick drives into the lane, puts up a shot, no good because he's fouled.
Yeah, that's going to be Dust again, as he was trying to stay straight up there and defending that shot, but a little contact on the body, sort of initiated by Hardick making an aggressive move to the basket, and so Jacob all of a sudden sitting on 3 fouls, and they may have to make a move to get him out for a while.
Croy's gone to the scorer's table. We'll see if he's indeed coming in for Dust with 3:10 to play in the third. Croy, the 6'4 sophomore, very athletic, coming in to replace Jacob Dust as the first free throw for Jordan Hardick is up and in. Got Hardick with 3 points in the game. Does that sound right to you?
That sounds perfect.
40-33. Now that free throw rims out, no good. Jack Elder grabs the rebound for St. Anthony. Trailing by 7. Where are they going to go for offense here? As it's primarily been Dust throughout the contest, and he's on the bench. Haney works his way out of a double team, gets to the top of the key, now drives the right side, goes to Elder to Antrim. Antrim spins into the lane, stops, gets it to Elder, fakes a 3, drives baseline, leaves it with Croy. Croy will take the left baseline, leans in, tough shot, no good. Rebound still being fought for. It's tipped out to Webb. He loads up a 17-footer, and it's good. And Jordan Hardick hit the deck in the scramble for the rebound. The official stopped play to check on Jordan, and Jordan says, yeah, I'm fine, as he got up. But St. Anthony got a much-needed bucket there from Aaron Webb. His first 2 points of the ball game make it 40-35.
Oh.
T-Town beats the press. They get it to Ungren. Layup's good as he's hit from behind on the shot attempt. And Ungren goes to the line after he laid it up and in.
Well, I'll tell you, Ungren just caught the St. Anthony press napping, and by the time they recovered, yeah, it was Antrim that was trailing the play, came in, picked up his 3rd foul from behind. So Ungren with a chance for the 3-point play here. He's already scored 8 in this 3rd quarter. He could make it 9 with a free throw and give T-Town an 8-point lead.
Free throw is up, and it's good. So Ungren has 11, Wormert with 10, and Daters with 10. They're definitely leading the way offensively for T-Town, who leads 43-35. Trap in the corner. Walsh, though, passed it out of it to Haney. They get it to Webb, left baseline. He's caught now down on the baseline, needs some help. Flipped it to Croy, who made a tough catch. Croy tries to work into the lane, cut off by Daters. Matthew, good defense there as Croy got it back out to Webb to Haney. Haney tries to drive, drug the pivot foot, and he's called for traveling. Turnover for St. Anthony, their 3rd of the quarter, gives it back to T-Town as they look to add to their largest lead of the ball game, which is 8 points.
And the Bulldogs are just out of sync offensively, and it's bleeding over a little bit into their defensive effort here, so they just got to get it under control.
Wormert takes the inbounds pass, waits for everybody else to clear, and he'll bring it up against Elder. Now he hands it off to Ungren. Ungren out top to Matthew Daters. They work it around the perimeter. Elder knocks the ball loose from behind, but it's controlled by T-Town at the timeline as they were trying to work it inside. Now Ungren takes it over on the left wing, puts up a shot, no good. Croy grabs the rebound, and as he secures the board, eventually a foul was whistled against Matthew Daters.
Well, I'll tell you, you could have called that foul
a lot earlier.
They just kept going at it, and finally Daters picks it up.
So with 1 minute 44 to play in the 3rd quarter, it's an 8-point ball game as Kenan Walsh takes the inbounds, threw it to Haney, who wasn't looking, but Haney sees it in time, gets it to Croy, who turns in the post, and he knocks over Jordan Hardick, and Croy is called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, and what kills Croy is that he put his elbow into him. He brought the ball high and went like that with it. And that's going to make it an easier call for an official to make.
I think you're absolutely right, Dustin. If he just turns, there's a no call or maybe a block. But because of that elbow being high, it wasn't malicious, but it still was up there, and it made that call available for the official. Credit Hardick for taking in charge. 1.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Mitch Hardick looks to lob it inside to Daters. Ball is tipped by Croy. Haney comes to help, and he knocked it off of the leg of Matthew Daters, but the officials rule that it was off of Croy.
Well, there was a lot going on there.
That is a tough break, though, in my mind, from my vantage point, as it appeared to me to be clearly off of Daters, but I've been wrong before. Inbounds goes to Hardick. Wing 3 is left short. Rebound, Croy and Daters. Daters has the board, flips up a shot. It's too long, and this rebound secured by St. Anthony's Webb. He brings it up court on the right side with 1:11 to play. Still an 8-point lead as neither team has scored for a little while. Walsh has it on the right side, tries to split the defenders, gets into the lane, lost the handle. Wormert brings it up court for T-Town. Drives for the left-handed layup, and it's good.
Oh, just a little hesitation move for Wormert there, and got himself the layup.
10-point advantage for T-Town, and now we've got a foul whistled as they were challenging Webb out top, and a foul called against the Shoes.
Yeah, Ungren and Wormert trying to work a little trap up there once he picked up the dribble, but Ungren got a little too handsy there, picks up his second foul. That's 5 against the Shoes. St. Anthony's got 6.
Max Niebrugge and Mitch Hardick check in. Jordan Hardick checks out, as does Ungren for Teutopolis. 49.8 seconds on the clock. As Walsh is trying to inbounds the ball, got it to Haney. Haney's pass was actually tipped by St. Anthony's coach along the sideline, who was asking for a foul. Ball picked up by Teutopolis. They push it ahead, and laying it up and in is Matthew Daters. He has his 4th point of the ball game. T-Town's up 47-35. Well, you don't see that every day. Haney brings it to the left corner for St. Anthony. Drives baseline. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Mitch Hardick. Kind of interesting to me that Cody Rinker got a hand on that. He had his hands out asking the officials, like, where's the call on what he thought was a hold against Haney, and then the pass hit his arms along the sideline.
I got no precedent in my, that I've ever seen to know, but the coach is out of bounds, right? It's supposed to be, so really, if
that's
he touches
what I
it,
thought.
Wouldn't the ball be dead?
But they let the live play go, and T-Town eventually scored. Now St. Anthony works the inbounds, and man, did they get a much-needed bucket as they go back to the corner for Haney, and he nails a 3. Jack Haney with 8 points. 12 seconds left to play in the quarter. Max Niebrugge across the timeline. Works to the top of the key. Hassled by Walsh. Now drives into the lane. Runner is no good, but a foul is called as Walsh bumped him on the shot attempt with 2.9 seconds to play in the quarter.
Yeah, Walsh was all over him.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't whistle the foul until the shot attempt. And I transposed it a minute ago. That was actually the 7th team foul against St. Anthony. So St. Anthony's got 7. T-Town's got 5. It doesn't matter, as this is a shooting foul, not a bonus trip.
Max Niebrugge's free throw is up and good. He has his first point of the night. And Luke Ungren's going to check in, replacing Wormert. Addis is going to check in. He replaces Big Matthew Daters. So it's Brock Daters, Addis, Niebrugge, Ungren, and Mitch Hardick for T-Town. 2.9 on the clock. Free throw up and short. Rebound Elder. Elder tries to keep it inbounds. He does save it to the timeline to Walsh, but Walsh can't get a shot away as the quarter comes to a close. After the third, T-Town's extended their lead to 10. They're up 48-38 over St. Anthony at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic on KJ Country 102.3.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Third quarter numbers, Dustin?
Well, St. Anthony 3 of 9 from the field. Teutopolis 8 of 15. The thing is, St. Anthony 6 turnovers in that quarter. Teutopolis just 1, and that's why the Wooden Shoes got a bunch of extra shots in, and they took advantage.
St. Anthony with their starting 5 back on the court. They have the ball to start the third quarter. Antrim penetrates on the wing, leaves it with Fearday. He moves from the top of the key, leaves it to Dust. Dust lays it up and in. He has 17. T-Town really hasn't had an answer for him.
Nope.
But Dust had to sit for a little bit with those 3 fouls in the third quarter.
Yeah, makes his presence felt immediately. It was a good feed from Caden Fearday, but yeah, the big man in the middle gets it to go. 17 points for him.
Brock Daters holds it out top for T-Town. Now finds Evan Addis. He drives into the lane and just runs over Aaron Webb, and that's a clear offensive foul. Webb actually took one to the face as he appears to be okay, though. He was checking the nose right away.
Yeah, just kind of an out-of-control deal, right? Like Addis just clearly not really aware of his surroundings there as he turned to go toward the basket. Called for the charge. That's T-Town's first turnover of the quarter, obviously, and just the first foul against Addis.
So St. Anthony with another opportunity to chop into what was a 10-point deficit. Antrim across the timeline, leaves it with Haney right side. Haney, dangerous pass out top. It's tipped, and Haney goes in backcourt to get it as Ungren got a hand on it. Haney looks inside for Dust. Double team coming from behind, puts up a shot. It's contested by Brock Daters. It's no good, and the rebound claimed by Brock Daters. T-Town crosses the timeline to Jordan Hardick. Hardick leaves it with Wormert. Wormert to Daters. They're out on the perimeter to Mitch Hardick. Now long three from Ungren, top of the key off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound to Fearday. St. Anthony pushes it up court. They haven't found Dust. Now St. Anthony finds him. T-Town comes back to knock the ball away as Dust put it up, but Dust was fouled.
And Brock Daters getting down to the other end of the floor to try to contest that shot, but he picks up his third foul in the process, so Jacob would go to the foul line for two. Both teams are in the bonus now. This is a shooting foul for Dust.
Boy, and a great job of running the court by the big guy, and a great job of finding him by his teammate to get this opportunity that ultimately ends up at the free throw line on that foul from Brock Daters, as he now sits down with Matthew Daters replacing him, and the first of two free throws for Jacob Dust was up and in. 6:44 to play in the fourth. 48-41. Now, it rattled out, no good. Looked to be 3/4 of the way down, and the rebound's taken by Jordan Hardick of T-Town. Hardick crosses the timeline at the top of the key, crosses over, dishes it back to Mitch Hardick. Now to Ungren. Ungren drives into the lane. Nice pass for Matthew Daters. Reverses to the other side of the basket, and Matthew lays it up and in. He has 6 as he was set up well, and it's a 9-point advantage again by the Shoes.
Yeah, Ungren 5 assists.
Antrim out top, drives the right side, stops, gets it back to Fearday, over to Webb. Left side three, too strong. Dust a rebound. Wormert and Daters both there. Ooh, they're going to call that a jump ball, and possession arrow favors St. Anthony, or favors T-Town rather, as it sure looked to me like Dust had grabbed the board, but the official was right there and made the call. Matthew Daters comes to take the inbounds pass, and then he flips it back to Mitch Hardick, who gets it across the timeline. He's on the left side, and we've got a 30-second timeout taken by Chester Reeder with exactly 6 minutes on the clock. T-Town leading 50-41 here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
Well, they called a 30-second timeout, and then they extended it to a 60 after that. So, with 6 minutes on the clock, T-Town leads 50-41. I think Chester Reeder felt a little indecision, a little helter-skelter type of play, so he wanted to calm things down.
He had only used one timeout up to that point, so he has them to use, and this is a crucial point in the game. You know, T-Town's still up by 9, but you know, what happens in the next 2 or 3 minutes sort of dictates how this game's going to close out. If his team can maintain this, 4 or 5 possession lead, then they can, approach the end of the game pretty differently. But St. Anthony needs to, on the other hand, they need to go on a little run, and it needs to start right now.
Inbounds comes out top to Luke Ungren from the sideline. He works to the right wing, now gets it back left side to Hardick. Hardick fakes the three, puts up a runner from the baseline from 12, no good. Dust secures the rebound. St. Anthony gets it to Antrim, up to Haney on the right wing. Haney looks to go baseline. Now is cut off by Mitch Hardick. Hands it off to Webb. Webb works around Ungren. Now kicks it back out top to Antrim as they collapse on him. Antrim gets it on the side to Haney. He baked in a three from almost the corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. He baked it in from a pretty awkward angle. Got it to go, and it counts. There's no style points.
50-44, 6-point contest. Nice backdoor cut to Jordan Hardick. He draws a crowd in the lane, gets it out to Ungren. Ungren penetrates, goes to Matthew Daters. He had a move to shoot, but then saw Dust coming at him, so he tried to pass it off, but he traveled with it in the process. So a turnover. Second on Teutopolis gives St. Anthony a chance to get a little closer. They have a little trouble with the inbounds, though. The pass is lobbed out top, knocked down by Hardick. Mitch got it over to Wormert in the lane to Daters. Oh, Matthews shot no good. Rebound taken out of there by the Bulldogs. Point blank range, and they missed it. Antrim runs it up court, out of control, tried to get a pass to Dust. It's knocked away by the Shoes. Wormert up court, realizes, hey, we don't have it here, let's slow down. Gets it to Ungren. Ungren now drives in the lane, tried to shuffle off a pass to Matthew Daters. It's knocked away by St. Anthony, and it'll be out of bounds to Teutopolis under their basket.
You got a lot of guys on both ends of the floor driving to the basket, trying to make things happen, but not really envisioning what's going to happen. They envision that inbounds play right there.
Boy, Mitch Hardick was wide open off the inbounds play and just missed the shot right off the glass underneath.
That's 2 trips in a row that T-Town's just left a bunny hanging.
St. Anthony works it up court, one-on-one. Dust working against Daters. You know what happened there. Jacob Dust turns, lays it off the glass, and it's good. And St. Anthony's back within 4. Jordan Hardick has it way out top for Teutopolis. Works to the top of the key. Ball stripped from behind by Haney, but then Haney lost the handle as he slipped and fell down, and Ungren goes and gets it. So Ungren brings it up court, works to the baseline, shot too strong off the glass, no good. Matthew Daters comes flying for the rebound, and they say he got pushed from behind, so it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Teutopolis.
Oh, wow.
4:07 to play in the fourth quarter, 4-point ball game. St. Anthony was down by as many as 10. Now they're back within 4, and Matthew Daters is at the line for the Shoes.
I called the initial shot from Ungren a little bit ill-advised as he got into traffic and forced it up.
Daters' free throw rattles out, no good. Antrim a rebound for St. Anthony. He brings it up the left side, looks to Webb in the corner. Webb from the left side, brings it back out top, leaves it with Haney. Haney sees a screen from Webb, double team, dribbles out of it, got it to Antrim, back to Haney. They fired underneath the Dust, spin move in the lane. Shot left it a little short as Daters was right there to contest, and the rebound's pulled down by Jordan Hardick. Hardick crosses the timeline. 3:35 on the clock. He's at the top of the key. Shoes leading by 4. Hardick comes to get it on the left wing from Mitch Hardick. Now Jordan hands it off to Wormert. Wormert skips it in the corner to Ungren left side. Ungren wants to go in the post to Matthew Daters. He's stripped from behind by Antrim. Ball knocked loose out top, but there's Jordan Hardick to grab it. He drives in for the layup, but he runs over Aaron Webb, and a charge is called against Teutopolis.
Second time that Aaron Webb has taken a charge in this game. That foul goes against Hardick, his 3rd.
Teutopolis huddles up at center court. Max Nieberge's going to come in for Jordan Hardick. As with 3:17 to play, St. Anthony again an opportunity to cut the lead.
Big possessions coming up for the Bulldogs. They're getting in close here.
50-46 the score as Antrim comes to get the inbounds. T-Town picks up in man-to-man as Max Nieberge has Antrim out top. Knocked the ball loose. It went off of Webb, but fortunately for the Bulldogs, Fearday was there to get it. Handed it back to Webb. Drives for the layup. Shot no good. In the battle for the board, T-Town clears it out of there. Max Nieberge brings it up court. Chester Reeder calls a timeout as Nieberge was headed into the lane, but before he could get any sort of a shot away, a timeout taken by Teutopolis. 2:57 on the fourth quarter clock. It's T-Town 50, St. Anthony 46. High school basketball on KJ Country 102.3.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Boy, the action has gotten fast and furious. Both sides of the gym upset with calls and non-calls. It's Effingham, St. Anthony, and Teutopolis here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic. This rivalry game has lived up to the hype. T-Town looking to inbounds the ball from under their basket. They do get it to Wormert in the corner, guarded closely by Fearday. He sends it out to Mitch Hardick, over to Ungren. Ungren back out top to Mitch Hardick. T-Town up by 4, playing catch with it. Now Wormert cuts inside. Shot off the glass is good. Nice find from out top for T-Town, and the Wooden Shoe lead is up to 6.
Yeah, Luke Ungren up to half a dozen assists with that pass there.
Antrim runs into the lane, leaves a pass for Dust, and he'll stick it up and in. Dust with 22, and it's 52-48.
Yeah, Antrim's so adept at getting into the lane and dishing off. Sometimes he doesn't exactly know where it's going to go, but that time had a great feed for Dust to get the bucket.
St. Anthony looking to trap out top. That leaves Evan Addis open for a wing 3. Ungren got it to him, and Addis buries a big shot in this ball game. He has 8 points, and it's 55-48. T-Town in the man-to-man as St. Anthony works it around the perimeter. Haney's going to fire a 3. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound's loose. It's finally picked up by Daters. Outlet ahead to Hardick. Mitch's layup on the left side is good. Mitch Hardick with 4, and it's back to a 9-point edge with 1:50 to play. T-Town with the lead as Haney brings it up court, and a timeout is called by St. Anthony with 1:46 left in the contest. It'll be a 60-second break, and we'll take one as well. Again, T-Town 57, St. Anthony 48. High school basketball on KJ Country 102.3.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
1:46 to play in the ball game. Teutopolis leads 57-48. The Wooden Shoes led by 10. St. Anthony cut it to 4, and they had the ball a time or two, but could never get it any closer.
Yeah, between timeouts, T-Town has gone on a little run, made some big buckets, and this is do or die time for the Bulldogs.
Craig Croy in the lineup for St. Anthony as T-Town's gone to a zone, affecting the plans of the Bulldogs. They get it to Webb, top of the key 3 on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound contested, and the rebound comes to Daters, who had fell down, got back up, and grabbed the ball. He outlets it to Hardick. Hardick has picked up his dribble, got it to Jordan, got it to Mitch. Mitch got it to Daters, and Daters was across the timeline, but it hit off of his hand and went into backcourt for an over and back violation.
Yeah, T-Town's 4th turnover, so St. Anthony going to get another try. Croy comes right back out, and Caden Fearday going to come in.
1:21 to play. St. Anthony still down 9. Need points in a hurry. The inbounds to Antrim, to Webb. Webb on the left wing. T-Town's really pressuring the perimeter out of this zone. They get it to Antrim, again to Webb. Webb over to Haney. Right wing 3, too strong. Rebound Wormert. Wormert in the middle of the lane is hassled by Antrim and Haney. Gets it over to Mitch Hardick, across to Jordan Hardick. Jordan Hardick on the right side, weaves through defenders, and now he gets it back out to Wormert. St. Anthony's got a foul, and now there comes the personal. Boy, they took a lot of time before committing the foul there. I know it's a 9-point game, but you still got to give yourself any sort of chance.
Yeah, you're still, a couple of missed free throws and a couple quick buckets away from being right back in the game. So you got to use that clock as well as possible. Unfortunately for St. Anthony, they gave a few seconds away right there.
Wormert at the line. He has 14. That's the number on his back. First of the 1-and-1 is up and around and good. Evan Wormert now with 15. He's had a couple of big games for the Shoes today.
That was the 9th team foul against St. Anthony, so everything will be double bonus from here on out for the Shoes.
T-Town leads by 10. Make it 11 as that free throw is up and good for Wormert. He has 16 now in the ball game, and that 11-point edge is the largest of the game for Teutopolis, who is poised to claim another victory here at J.H. Griffin Gymnasium in the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic. St. Anthony lets the ball roll to almost the timeline. Max Nieberge forces him to pick it up. Antrim got it to Webb. He takes it to the top of the key underneath to Dust. Dust in a crowd, leaves it with Fearday. Jumper from 12, no good. Wormert, another rebound for the Shoes. Double team, ball knocked loose, but it goes to Max Nieberge. He's fouled by Webb with 40 seconds to play in the ball game. So Max Nieberge will have an opportunity at the free throw line again. As a matter of fact, he'll have a couple of them.
Had a 1-for-2 trip back in the 3rd quarter. It's the only point he's got in this game. Before he does it, St. Anthony's going to get another timeout.
60-second break. We'll take one as well. 59-48. T-Town leads St. Anthony at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic with 40 seconds left to play here on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
59-48, 2 free throws on the way for 5'10 sophomore Max Niebrigi. First of 2 is up and good. Max has 2 points now in the ball game. He's come in and done a nice job on the defensive end and made a couple of free throws now. Looking for one more. This one's up, and it rattles out. Rebound to Craig Croy. He's going to bring it up court himself as he crosses the timeline, hands it to Antrim. Antrim to Haney. Haney at the top of the key, leaves it with Webb. Back to Haney. Open 3 on the left wing is no good. Croy, though, an offensive rebound, and as he tried to put it up, he was fouled. Kind of a silly foul for T-Town. They really just want the clock to run here.
Yeah, I mean, you give the 2 points and let the clock continue to expire, but get in the heat of the moment if you're Luke Ungren. You just wanted to contest the shot, and he does pick up his 3rd foul.
So Croy will take a few dribbles, put the first of 2 free throws up, and it's in and out, no good. Max Niebrigi will have a seat. Jordan Hardick comes in to replace him. Elder's at the scorer's table. He'll replace Croy if Croy makes this free throw. And Caden Fearday is also checking in if this free throw drops for Croy, and it does. He goes 1 of 2 at the line. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Makes it 60-49, but 26.2 seconds on the clock. St. Anthony picks up in a full court man-to-man as Hardick will trigger the inbounds. Mitch gets it to Wormert. Wormert catches, hooks a pass to Ungren. Ungren finds Mitch Hardick across the timeline, looks ahead for Daters. Brock brings it back out top, and they get it to Ungren. Ungren traveled with it, but there was no call. He gets away from Antrim, and now Antrim does elect the foul with 10.9 on the clock. Ungren blatantly traveled. He took 2 steps, turned, took another step, but it was all right in the same area, so they let him get away with it, I guess. Kind of reminded me of that LeBron James travel about 2 weeks ago.
I saw that.
Free throw for Ungren is up and good, as Luke has his 12th point of the ball game.
Could have been a deal where they were just anticipating a foul, thinking that somebody was going to come get him, and then it didn't happen. So Ungren makes the 2nd as well.
Ungren with 13 makes it 62-39. St. Anthony runs it up to Fearday, right wing 3 off the mark, no good. Ungren a rebound, and that'll do it. Final score is Teutopolis victorious over St. Anthony. Final score is 49, as the Wooden Shoes improved to 9-2 on the season. St. Anthony falls to 11-2 on the season. St. Anthony will play in the 10 o'clock game tomorrow morning at Effingham High School main gym, and they will take on either Antioch or Sacred Heart Griffin. Did you hear a score on that one, Dustin?
I sure did. Sacred Heart Griffin was the winner, 61-48. So it's going to be St. Anthony versus Antioch at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the 11th place. And it's going to be Teutopolis versus Sacred Heart Griffin for the Consolation Championship, a.k.a. 9th place.
And that'll be at 4:30, and we'll have both of those games on KJ Country 102.3. We also know we'll have Effingham playing either at 11:30 or 3 o'clock in the main gym at Effingham, as well as the Hearts are getting set to take on Central A&M in about 10 minutes here, or rather over at Effingham High School. In the final here, Teutopolis 62, St. Anthony 49. We'll chat with the coaches, we'll get Dustin stats, and we'll check scores from around the area and let you know about tomorrow's broadcast plans as well, all on a busy post-game show from J.H. Griffin Gymnasium here on KJ Country 102.3.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
This is the Farm Credit Illinois postgame show. Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
We welcome you back to J.H. Griffin Gymnasium. Again, the final score in this consolation bracket matchup between rivals St. Anthony and Teutopolis was Teutopolis 62, St. Anthony 49. T-Town was up 1-0. Then St. Anthony took the lead and pretty much led the rest of the first half of action into the third quarter. But St. Anthony only scored 10 points in that third quarter compared to Teutopolis' 21. And a lot of times we talk about the third quarter being a difference in a ball game. It was the last half of the third quarter this time that Teutopolis was able to extend the lead up to as many as 10 points in the period, eventually up to 12 in the game, as they secure the 62, or excuse me, up to 13 to finish the ball game out with the 62-49 victory. Again, St. Anthony with quarters of 13, 15, 10, and 11 for their total of 49. Teutopolis with quarters of 11, 16, 21, and 14 for their total of 62. Teutopolis was led by, again, Evan Wormert. Had a big couple of games today, 16 points in this one. Luke Ungren finished in double figures with 13, and Brock Daters also in double figures with 10. 8 points from Evan Addis as he knocked down some big shots off the bench for the Shoes. 6 points for Matthew Daters. 4 points for Mitch Hardick. 3 points for Jordan Hardick. And 2 points for Max Niebrigi, and those players went the whole way for Teutopolis in this one. For St. Anthony, 22 points again from Jacob Dust, as he did all he could in this one, as Jack Haney also finished in double figures with 11. 7 points from Logan Antrim, 3 points from Craig Croy off the bench, 2 from Jack Elder, Caden Fearday, and Aaron Webb. Connor Walk made an appearance in the ball game, as did Kenan Walsh for St. Anthony, as Cody Rinker's club now falls to 11-2 on the season. Teutopolis improves to 9-2 on the campaign. And as we mentioned earlier, it'll be St. Anthony and Antioch in the 11th and 12th place game at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in Effingham High School's main gym. And T-Town will play Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. That game comes your way at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon for the Consolation Championship. Again, over on 97.9 XFM, I'm sure the pregame show is underway as Central A&M is getting set to take on Effingham. If Effingham wins, they'll play at 3 o'clock in the 5th and 6th place game tomorrow afternoon. If they lose, they'll play in the 11:30 game, which is at the 7th and 8th place game, also at Effingham High School. And again, we'll have that game for you on KJ Country 102.3, whichever way that goes. And of course, we'll be broadcasting and live streaming the championship game tomorrow night at 7:30 as well. It'll be one of four. It'll be a matchup of these two of four teams. It'll either be Lincoln Way East or Oaklawn taking on Champaign Centennial or Corliss for the championship tomorrow night. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back with Dustin Stats. We'll chat with the coaches. We'll get you scores from the area, as well as we continue the postgame show here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, where T-Town defeated St. Anthony by a score of 62-49 here on KJ Country 102.3.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever, Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to J.H. Griffin Gymnasium. Again, the final score in this consolation bracket contest, Teutopolis 62, St. Anthony 49. I'm sure there's a lot of numbers to go through in a ball game like this. Dustin's been working on them. Let's see if he's got the team numbers at least for us.
Yeah, I do. St. Anthony, 39.2% shooting in that game. The Bulldogs, 20 out of 51 from the field. 6 out of 10 from the free throw line, 60% there. And just 3 of 15 on their three-pointers, 20%. Teutopolis shot 43.4% from the field in the victory, 23 out of 53. The Wooden Shoes also 60% from the free throw line, as they were 9 out of 15. And also didn't shoot the three particularly well. The Wooden Shoes 5 out of 18, 27.7% there. Turnovers pretty well even. St. Anthony 14 turnovers, Teutopolis is 13. And the Shoes had the edge on the boards as they out-rebounded St. Anthony 35-29. And don't see any coaches on their way up here yet, so I'll go ahead and read St. Anthony's individual statistics. Again, Jacob Dust led the way. Actually, I'm not going to, because there's Cody Rinker. So we'll just hold the line for a second, let him make his way up here, and hand over the headset to talk to the St. Anthony head coach.
Thank you very much, Dustin. We appreciate that as Coach Cody Rinker comes up for a chat after a very hard-fought ball game with the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes. And I know St. Anthony and Teutopolis, they wouldn't have it any other way.
No, I said it was a fun ball game to be a part of. Both teams competed to the wire, and fortunately tonight we came up on the short end of the stick. But overall, I was proud of the way our guys competed. They never gave up. I mean, it would have been pretty easy down 10 going into the fourth, or even down 12 there at the end of the third to just kind of pack it in and just say, oh no, don't let it get too crazy. And they, we battled back, cut up to 4, and a play here or there goes a little bit differently, and we may be having a different conversation.
Yeah, it's always a play or two, and you never know which one or two it's going to be that shifts the momentum. But a lot of big plays for your club and a lot of nice assists from your guards, in particular Aaron Webb. He only scored a couple of points tonight, but he really set up his teammates well. Yeah,
I thought Aaron did a good job of just keeping us in the flow of the offense and finding those kicks and those dump offs whenever he had them. Would have been nice to see his jumper fall a little bit more, but you have those nights. Thought he did a good job defensively of always being ready to help and recover, and he did and took a couple huge charges for us down there the stretch as well. So, unfortunately his shot didn't go, but he did a lot of other nice things that helped us compete.
Of course, when you're looking to set up teammates, it's nice to have a guy like Jacob Dust to throw the ball to who really finishes well. And I think, and maybe I'm stepping out of bounds here a little bit, but I don't think a lot of people appreciate the footwork that Dust has developed over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he can post you up and back you down and make a spin move there. He can step out and hit a jumper on you. He can just seal you and catch those passes and put them in. So, Jacob's done a really good job of whatever we've asked of him to do down there. He's done, because we know teams are keen on him every night, and why wouldn't you? And he still finds a way to get it done, and credit some of that to our guards, like you said as well, for being able to penetrate and drive to the basket the way they can, and then find him whenever his guy has to help.
But the thing I appreciate about him as well is he never seems to force anything. If it's not there for whatever reason, he's not afraid to kick it out and let his teammates do some work as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we work on that quite a bit, where he doesn't always have to be, just because he touches it doesn't mean he has to shoot it. Our guys need to play, and I think we can continue to get better at that as well, how we play off of him when he touches it in the post.
Well, now your club goes and faces a team from the other side of the bracket that's been playing in the other gym the whole tournament, and it's going to be Antioch that you square off against tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and it's another situation where you got to get up, get ready to play, because it's going to be another battle here at this Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic.
Yeah, like I said, this tournament, it really doesn't even matter what place you get, in my opinion. There's so many good teams. It's so deep, so competitive. It's really like playing 4 shootout games in the matter of 3 days. So, we're excited. We'll figure something out about Antioch here tonight. We'll come back with a game plan tomorrow. But at the end of the day, this tournament for us is about playing different schools, bigger schools, competitive schools who are going to make us have to fight, for 32 minutes, and we've done that so far, and I expect us to come out and compete tomorrow, even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and compete again.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. We appreciate the effort that the Bulldogs put on the court every time they take the court, and we are looking forward to that contest tomorrow morning, and thanks for coming up.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Coach Cody Rinker, nice enough to spend some time with us, as he always is, as he'll hand the headsets back over to Dustin, and that'll give him a chance to go through those individual numbers as we see if Chester Reeder can make it to the booth as well, after his Wooden Shoes were victorious over St. Anthony tonight by a score of 62-49. But here's Dustin once again. He's going to start on those individual numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't get to the individual numbers, did I? So let's start with St. Anthony. 22 points out of Jacob Dust. He was 9 out of 12 from the field tonight, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Led his team with 8 rebounds. Just another impressive game for him. 63 points in the tournament now, I believe. So
that
Jacob,
sounds right.
I don't know what St. Anthony will ultimately, where they'll finish in the tournament, but Jacob's making his case for the all-tournament team with another big effort. Another double-figure score for the Bulldogs. Jack Haney checked in with 11 points. He's 4 for 9 from the field, made a couple of threes, 2 for 6 on his three-point attempts. Also had a 1 for 2 trip to the free throw line, 3 rebounds and a couple assists. Again, 11 points for Jack Haney. Hey, he took a charge as well. Let's mention that. Logan Antrim, 7 points. He was 3 for 8 from the field, including 1 out of 2 from the three-point line. 3 rebounds, couple of assists for Logan. Then he had 3 points for Craig Croy. Made 1 out of 3 field goals. Also had a 1-for-2 trip to the free throw line. 3 rebounds for him. Aaron Webb just 2 points on 1 of 9 shooting, but he had 3 rebounds. He also dished out 6 assists and took a couple of charges. So some of that stuff that kind of flies under the radar sometimes for Aaron Webb in this loss today. Caden Fearday, 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting. He had 4 rebounds and an assist. Jack Elder, 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting with a couple of rebounds. Kendon Walshow for 2 from the field, and Connor Walk played but did not attempt a shot, did not score. Let's see. We'll go ahead and get through T-Town's numbers as well. Leading the way, leading 3 double-figure scorers was Evan Wormert. 16 points and 8 rebounds tonight for Wormert. So he came a couple rebounds shy of posting 2 double-doubles.
Wow.
Well, what would you call 2 double-doubles in one day? Would that be a double-double-double? I guess it would have to be, right?
I guess so.
Okay.
It's
anyway,
really good, whatever you want to call it.
That just doesn't ring the same way as double-double though. I'm gonna have to see about that. Anyway, 6 of 9 from the field was Evan Wormert. 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Again, 8 rebounds and a couple of assists. 13 points for Luke Ungren. He was 4 of 11 from the field, made a couple of 3-pointers, also 3 for 3 from the line. And 4 rebounds, 7 assists for Luke Ungren in this game. So not only did he get in double figures in the scoring, but he assisted on at least 14 more points. What a game for number 32 in white. Brock Daters also cracked double figures with his 10 points. He was 5 of 7 from the field, had an 0-for-1 trip to the free throw line, and also a half dozen rebounds and an assist. So a nice game for Brock Daters. He took a charge in this game as well. 8 points for Evan Addis. He's 3 for 8 from the field, including a couple of 3-pointers, had a rebound and 1 assist. And then 6 points for Matthew Daters on 3 of 6 shooting. He was also 0 for 1 at the line and had 5 rebounds. 3 points for Jordan Hardick, 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, had 3 rebounds. Mitch Hardick, 4 points on 2 for 4 shooting, a half dozen rebounds for him. Max Nieberge, 2 points, so he was 0 for 2 from the field, but 2 out of 4 from the free throw line, and I do believe that rounds out the individual contributions for T-Town, and we timed it perfectly as Coach Reeder has made his way up to talk about this victory over St. Anthony, and I will turn it over to Matt.
Thank you very much, Dustin. And once again, Coach Reeder joins us in the booth. And I've talked for about an hour and 45 minutes about what I saw in this game. What stood out to you, Coach, in the victory for the Wooden Shoes?
We were a lot more aggressive offensively as far as getting the ball in the paint by driving it or getting it to our bigs and Matthew and Brock or even Evan Wormert. I thought we had an advantage of getting it in there, and that opened up a lot of good things for us. Defensively in the third quarter, we were I thought really good. Our rotations were better. Our ball pressure tonight, I thought, wore them down, caused them fits a little bit. Both teams are really good. It just comes down to who can make the longest run, and fortunately for us, we did.
Yeah, and that came in the back half of the third quarter. We talk a lot about the third quarter making a big difference in the ball game, but what usually we refer to as coming out of the locker room in the first 3 or 4 minutes. But in this one, it was really the last 4 or 5 minutes of the quarter where T-Town outscored St. Anthony 21-10. And there's a lot of weapons that you used in this one, but Luke Ungren scores 13 points. He also dishes out about 7 or 8 assists according to Dustin's numbers, and that is just so valuable to get everybody going in a rhythm.
Yeah, Luke does everything for us. He's the heart and soul of our team, I think. Him and Mitch kind of are anchors for defense, and when he's knocking down shots, it's just another aspect of the game that helps us out. But yeah, Luke was tremendous tonight. I know he does some things that makes you pull your hair out sometimes, but I love that kid. I wouldn't trade him for anything.
You got hard-working kids that give you everything they've got. Yeah, sometimes you have to live with a little mistake or two. They all make them, but they all contributed tonight too. You go 8 deep tonight on your bench. Everybody helps out, steps up in their own way, whether it be defense or knocking down a big bucket or a little bit of both, and it all adds up to a great team effort.
Yeah, everybody did something to contribute, even the 4 guys that didn't play. They're up, they're helping us out, they're talking scouting reports. I mean, Max Nieberge comes in and has a couple assists, couple rebounds. Evan Addis hit a enormous shot in the fourth quarter. And that's kind of his MO. He doesn't care if he's missed 5 or 6 in a row. The next one's going up, and that's what I love about him. And Evan Warmer, just so many rebounds, so many hands on balls, taking it to the rim and finishing. Brock Daters keeps improving on the block. Matthew Daters is like a lightning plug. He's, all these guys, I'm so proud of them and how they responded today with two good efforts.
So now you're kind of in an interesting situation where I'm sure you've been focusing on all the teams over on the Teutopolis side of the bracket. Now you get to take on a very good Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin ball club in a consolation game. That tells you right now how good this tournament is. And so you got to get a little prepared quickly and get ready for that consolation championship tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we're thankful for a little bit more rest, and we're looking forward to another opportunity to get better. And that's what we're about. We had a lot of guys make mistakes, but we're making them early, and they're fixable mistakes, and they're extremely coachable and love coming in, getting better, and I love these kids.
It's a great opportunity with the tournament the way it's put together to, like you say, play a lot of quality programs and a lot of different styles, and we sure look forward to that matchup tomorrow afternoon with Sacred Heart Griffin.
All right, thanks, guys.
That's Coach Chester Reeder of the Teutopolis Wooden Shoes as his club picks up the 62-49 victory. As we'll send it back to the studio, come back with some scores from around the area, and get you set for action here at the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic on KJ Country 102.3.
Visit us 24/7 at danheck.com and check out the specials we have going on right now. No one will sell you a new Chevrolet or Toyota for less. Let us prove it to you. See you today at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota.
Effingham Express Care is there for all your urgent care needs. They're open 7 days a week and no appointment is needed for all injuries and illnesses. Plus, they have on-site x-ray. And they accept all major insurance and offer a self-pay discount. For more information, visit centralillinoisurgentcare.com.
All right, before we rejoin the action out there at J.H. Griffin Gym, well, I should say the end of action, let's get you caught up on all the end of action on all the other games that we had from the Christmas tournament and just a few other ones, too. Earlier today at Teutopolis, St. Anthony over Mattoon in overtime, 70-63. Then Teutopolis defeated Lawrenceville 62-30. Of course, those two games then set up the one that you just heard here on KJ Country 102.3. Lincoln Way East in an afternoon contest defeated Pleasant Plains 49-38. Then it was Oak Lawn over Chicago Brooks 61-46. Over at the Effingham side of the tournament, Antioch got the morning win over Charleston 44-43. Then it was Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin over Dixon 73-52. Champaign Centennial defeated Central A&M 46-40, and then Chicago Corliss defeated Effingham 55-34. A game that just finished up about the same time as the T-Town St. Anthony game. Antioch was defeated by Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin 61-48. It sounds backwards because Antioch led most of that game, but SHG comes through to win that game. In the auxiliary gym over at Effingham, the other contest that ended up just a few minutes ago, Lawrenceville over Mattoon 75-72. And just a couple of other boys' scores around the area. Over at the Diederich Holiday Tournament, Arcola over Oblong 64-30, and Sullivan in overtime over Red Hill 50-44. At the Vandalia Holiday Tourney, Flora over Oak Hall Valley 56-47, and then it was South Central over Shelbyville 51-48. Neoga was the only other boys score that we had, and they're playing at the Monticello Tourney. They got beat by Ridgeview 62-33. And in girls basketball games today at the Mattoon Girls Tourney, Decatur St. T over Vandalia 36-24. It was Galesburg defeating St. Anthony 57-21. Olney over Altamont 58-54. And Mattoon over Mahomet Seymour 54-44. Over still in Coles County at the Charleston Holiday Tournament, Tri-County defeated Danville 70-60. It was Paris in a close one over Sacred Heart Griffin in double overtime. Paris your winner 61-55. And this score in now, Charleston over Cairo 55-49. 35. One other score, just like that other Monticello Holiday Tournament boys score. In the girls' side of things, Ridgeview defeated Neoga 56-36. That's your scores tonight.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all your efforts back at the studios, Brian, as couldn't get the game in without you. And keep in mind, Dustin, they can see your pretty face and my ugly mug pretty shortly, as CJ Schmidt was here videoing the game, and he'll have that put up on our websites, and it'll be pretty quickly, maybe tonight or early tomorrow morning. Yep. So
CJ's gonna make you look good in post.
Well,
that's why it isn't gonna be online in an hour, because he's gonna get in there and CGI some. He's gonna CGI Brad Pitt's face onto you.
That would take a lot of work, but if anybody could do it, I think CJ could. Dustin, it's been a fun couple of days here at the Teutopolis venue. Action shifts completely over to Effingham's venue tomorrow. And again, the games that we'll be broadcasting include the 10 o'clock game with St. Anthony and Antioch, and then the 4:30 contest with Teutopolis and Sacred Heart Griffin. We don't know if Effingham will be playing in the 11:30 game or the 3 o'clock game, either in the 7th and 8th place contest if they lose to Central A&M. If they beat Central A&M, they'll be in the 5th place game at 3, and then we will be live streaming that championship game at 7:30 tomorrow night as well. All of that action on KJ Country 102.3. Dustin, thanks for all your help. It's always a pleasure to work with you.
Well, it's fun to do these games. Fun to be involved in this tournament. Probably the last chance I'll get to say it on the air, so I will. It's a fantastic tournament. It gets a little better every year. It's well run. The competition level is high. The teams come from all over to be a part of it, and I look forward to watching it continue to grow, in reputation and in success.
That's Dustin White. For Dustin, for CJ Schmidt, for Brian back at the studios, I'm Matt Robinson. In our game tonight, it was Teutopolis 62, St. Anthony 49, as we wrap things up here at the Teutopolis location. Remember, on 97.9 XFM, you can catch right now Effingham taking on Central A&M, as Greg and Millie have the call of that one over at Effingham High School on 97.9 XFM. But again, for Brian, for Dustin, for CJ, I'm Matt. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Premier Broadcasting Incorporated.